Hi, my name is Kevin House, and I will be your first native speaker for today. And to further extend the copyright, the current copyright law that Bill Clinton signed, which entitled protection up to 70 years after death, after the author's death, would be unconstitutional, restrict innovation and creativity of new ideas, and ruin cultural preservation. Before this law was imposed, extending the copyright law is as easy as pushing a button. According to this article, How Mickey Mouse Evades the Public Domain from Price Economics, Copyright Act of 1790 stipulated that creative works were entitled up to 28 years of protection, 14 years of protection, plus a renewal of another 14-year renewal period, followed by an 1831 Act, which extended the duration to 42 years, which then followed by the 1909 Act, which again extending it to 56 years. The Art Law Journal clarifies very few works actually maintain these durations, and only a fraction of those who secured copyrights protected them or opted to renew them. However, when Mickey Mouse's copyright expiration period came near, Disney lobbied Congress for new copyright legislation because they didn't want to lose billions of dollars that they made off Mickey Mouse. So in 1976, Congress extended works published after 1922, including Mickey Mouse, to have a copyright protection of 75 years. Later, Disney lobbied Congress again because their expiration date drew closer, and they listened by proposing the Copyright Term Extension Act of 1997, which would extend the duration from 75 years to 95 years. To ensure it passed, Disney's CEO at the time, Michael Eisner, paid out a total of $149,612 in direct campaign contributions to anybody that considered the bill. This is an example of a company clearly bribing the government to keep their copyright. According to Shane Richmond from Telegraph.uk, copyright extensions are bad for innovation, bad for the economy, and bad for our culture. The only people they're good for are those who collect the royalties. And according to research, that's far more likely to be someone who already has record labels and is a rich pop star rather than someone who's struggling as a musician. Consider the works we might have never seen at all, had perpetual copyright been the norm at the time. James Joyce Ulysses, for example, and much of the work of Walt Disney relies on the retelling of other people's material. Romeo and Juliet would have been infringed on copyright under current copyright laws. All creativity relies on work that has gone before. I'm not saying that copyright laws should not exist. I completely believe that the creator of the work should be fully entitled to the credit and profit for the work they created. I just think that we should be able to access and use those works to develop new ideas and to build off it. According to an article I think that people should, stuff like music, journals, medical and scientific research, and have access to that would help the innovation of new ideas. According to an article, Copyright Term Extensions in the Public Domain, countless copyrighted books are out of print, are hard to find, but if found, it would be illegal for unauthorized publishers to reprint them and for them to be available in the public domain again, even if the author is dead. Furthermore, the most troubling effects of the exceptionally long copyright term has been the increasing number of orphan works. And what orphan works are their works, creative works from an author that are simply locked away just because they don't know who has the rights to it, so it's basically worthless material that we're not allowed to copy or use. Orphan works the copyright owner may have died and may have been unclear who inherited the copyright. Some people, in some cases, people don't even know that they have rights to something. Consider the works that we wouldn't have today if copyright duration never existed. It never expired. Artists such as Led Zeppelin, who borrowed liberally from old blues songs and began crediting original artists only in the late 1980s. After their millions and millions of dollars they made for Atlantic Records was safely banked. Ultimately, the copyright duration shouldn't yet again be extended because it's not going to change how much people illegally download or copy. And it will literally put more and more creative works at risk of becoming orphan works. Thank you.